Hey guys, so this week's hot lap, my brake bias is on 50.5, left foot braking as usual. A bit of a more of a breakdown at the beginning of this video this week, but there will be a normal hot lap at the end, so just stay tuned for that. Thanks guys. Okay guys, so this is a hot lap from Bathurst for the first round in season 13, the V8 Veterans. I thought I'd try something different this week, as Bathurst is a little bit tricky. I'm just going to slow it down for a couple of corners, or pretty much all the corners, just to let you know how I do it, and just so you can wrap your brain about it around a couple of the corners, because they can be a little bit tricky. But so we'll start off here, speed it up, coming onto the main straight here. You want to accelerate out of there. I'm going to pull it right here, so I just slow down to second there, a bit slower than what you normally would, and then get the most acceleration out of there as you can for qualifying, just so that you're up to speed. Anyway, so across the main straight finish line here, start finish line, coming up to the first corner here. So on the right there you can see the 100 and the 50 meter marks, so I brake just on or just after the 100 meter mark. You want to brake in a straight line. I go back to third, so I'm in fourth, go back to third, back to second in a straight line. I'll just speed it up here just a smidge. So I'm coming up here, as you can see on the wheel there, so I'm in fourth, back to third. So you want to brake first, back to third, back to second in a straight line. As you can see, as I start turning in here, you want to start letting your foot off the brake. As you come in, you look for your apex there, you're completely off the brake here, starting to accelerate out of the corner. So that's the most effective way to do it. So accelerate out as hard as you can without spinning the tyres and without getting too much oversteer. So as you come out of there, you pretty much come to the end of that little curve there on the right, and you're hitting third. So power on as hard as you can, up the back straight here, all the way up to fifth gear. You don't have to go up to sixth gear, plenty of gearing in fifth. So come up under the Petters sign here, just up over the hill. Once again, I'll just slow it down up here. So you can see that 100 meter mark on the left there. So just on or just after that 100 meter mark starts braking. So brake first once again, brake first, back to fourth, back to third. So you can hit this corner in third gear. I'm going to pause it here and leave my cursor on the screen here. So as you can see in this corner, so it goes nice and flat here, and then it cambers off towards the ripple strip there. So what you want to do is, don't be out here, you want to be heading this way into the curb as you come into the corner. As I said, it cambers away in towards the corner, and that's going to help you get around the corner with a bit more speed. So I'm in third here, as you'll see. I'll hit the corner, come across here to the curb. As you can see, the car tilts in there. As you hit about here, you can start accelerating gradually, coming around the corner. As I said, I'm still in third gear. As you hit about the end of the ripple strip there, just give it heaps. I pretty much plan it out of there and just control the oversteer coming out here, because you will drift across to the wall. So coming up the hill here, so you go all the way up to fourth. I will speed it up a little bit because that's nice and slow. You're coming over to the right there, so you're coming over that black wall. Like with every corner, if you go on left, stick to the right, come back over to the left, just to straighten out the corner a little bit more for anyone that doesn't know. So I'm up into fourth here. So just as we're coming up the hill here, you're over on the right, you want to drift across to the left here, as you'll see on the wheel here. I go back to third just before the corner here, in a straight line. Try to brake in a straight line. As you can see, I'm not quite in a straight line now. I'm going to pause it here once again. So back to second. So I'm coming around pretty much lining the track up in a nice straight line there. So once again, this corner cambers over to the left, so you always look for that camber, because it's going to get you around the corner a lot quicker. So the further you're over here, the more cambering you're going to be close to this wall. It'll get you around the corner without too much oversteer. Just watch coming out of the corner, because when you're coming out of a corner that's cambered and it goes on flat, you will get a lot of oversteer. So just gradually accelerate out of here, as you'll see here. So I keep it in second here, come back over to the wall, tight as I can. Now coming out of here, I used to straighten out and drift all the way over to that tyre power sign, or that wall there, and then just hit this curb up here on the right. But it tends to bump you a lot, and I used to short shift and it slowed me down a lot. So I've noticed if I stick a little bit more to the left, as you'll see up here, I'll speed it up a little bit. So I'm coming over, controlling the understeer, the oversteer, sit sort of more in the middle of the track or further over, a little bit to the right, and try not to hit that ripple strip. Keep it in third and just control your acceleration, try not to spin, not to get any oversteer out of there. So drift all the way over to the left here, keeping it in third. I used to short shift up to fourth, but I just keep it in third now. I've gone through there a whole bunch of times on this practice session. I'll just pause it there. And I've noticed that just for me, it keeping it in third, I get a little bit more control and I get a lot more speed out of this right-hander here. So I've come over a little bit too early, probably a little bit later, probably would have helped with this corner. But as I said, I keep it in third, and you want to come over and hug the wall, and then I'll just speed it up. As you hit the curb or hit the apex, try not to hit the curb because it will shoot you left. I start accelerating, but just gradually, because once again, you don't want to hit that wall. That's a bit of a nasty wall. It will put you out of the race. So up into fourth gear as we're coming out of that slight little kink left-hander here, up over the top of the mountain. So I'll just pause it up here. So pretty much I'm in the middle of the track here. I used to go right over to the left, but then when you hit your next left, you're not straightening out the corner enough. So you want to be down here. You want to be over here where this grade is. I'll just speed it up, pause it down here. So you see I'm in the middle of the track. I've drifted all the way over to that wall as close as I can get without poop in my pants. So this grade here, everyone knows it, watches Bathurst. Once you hit that grade, you want to let your accelerator off. So I'm in fourth. I've come down here. You hit that. Once you hit that grade, you let your foot off your accelerator. I don't come right off. I come to about halfway, 3/4 like that, just so that it'll bring the arse end around and you can hit this left hander, as you'll see here. Come around, drift over, hit your apex again. I'm still in fourth. About there, I start accelerating as hard as I can without oversteer once again and without spinning the wheels. Just watch that wall on the right. It does get a little bit not slippery. It doesn't oversteer intensely, but it can put you into that wall if you accelerate too hard. So I'm just going to pause it. Pause it here. With this left-hander here, as you can see, you've just come up over this little rise here. Once I hit pretty much here where I am now, I'm accelerating flat out. I let my foot off to about half. Once again, just to get my car around to the left. But you don't want to be all the way over here. I'll just put the cursor on. You don't want to be over here on the right. If you come through here and then try to hit a late apex, you will understeer, go off here into the dirt, off into the wall, and race over. So you want to start drifting across here. I'll just speed it up a bit and you'll see what happens. So you're coming across. It seems a little bit early, but it's not. So you come over here, hit the ripple step, hug this wall as tight as you can, accelerate out. What am I in fourth gear? So once you hit that ripple strip, at the end of the ripple strip, accelerate out as hard as you can. Drift across to the right there, back across to the left as quick as you possibly can. Because as you come over here at Skyline, I'll just speed it up a bit here. So as you can see, I've come across a little bit early there, but once again, another cambered corner here. So I'm just going to speed it up. See here, you got like the road comes over and then just cambers into here. So you want to be as close to this wall as you possibly can so that you're in that little cambered pocket there. And you can straighten this out, basically come straight through here, straight over to this ripple strip and then down into that right-hander there. I'm still in fourth here. I hit about this wall around about here and I go back to third. I'll just whip it up a bit, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, back to third. And I'm pretty much going straight across the road here, back onto this left ripple strip, as you can see, back to second, just controlling any like little tweaks and stuff like that. Don't go straight over to the right there. Try to stay a little bit more left than what I did and then come in, straighten out the corner a little bit. Now here, I'll just pause it here, about there. You want to start going over towards here. It seems a little bit early, but I used to come right out here and try to come across, and it just slows you down. You get too much slide to the right out of this dipper and everything so like that. So when you come across here, as you can see, it's like it's lined up and it's like this left headlight here, it's like you're going to hit the wall. But if I can slow it down enough, as you head towards that, because of the dipper and the camber on the dipper, you will shoot right and you won't hit the wall. So as you can see, it looks like I'm going to hit my headlight, come over the dipper, and it just shoots you left. It's just a really weird trick of the camera there. It sort of looks like you're going to hit, but yeah, the more I did it, I used to intentionally go down there and see how close I could get to the wall and actually hit it so that I knew how close I could actually get to it. So that's a little training exercise to do as well, just sort of see how much you can go over there before you actually hit it, so then you know in the race how far you can go over. So the closer you can get to that wall again, once again, the quicker you'll come out of here. So as you can see, it shoots you to the right there a little bit. Just watch coming out of here. As it does shoot you to the right, you don't want to hit that right black wall there. Hit about here, you're in second gear, start accelerating out. You're pretty much in a straight line there, so not too much hassle coming out of that corner. You want to stick to the left here a little bit longer than what I did. So I've come down here and I started coming across because I was like, oh my God, I'm in the green, I'm doing an awesome lap. I've got to come across and try to go as quick as I can. You tend to get in your head and slow down more, but I could have stayed a little bit more to the left here and come back down here and straighten out this corner a little bit more. But once again, this corner's cambered over to the right here, so you want to stick to this wall as tight as you can. So I'll speed that up again. So I'm in third there. Once you start straightening out of this corner, that's when you want to start braking again. And so I've gone back to second. I've gone back to first. I come back to first. I'll just pause it there. I come back to first a little bit earlier there. I do come back to first, go around this corner just to get the arse end around. A lot of guys don't. They'll sit in second, maybe brake a little bit earlier. I think that's what they do, but I leave the braking till a little bit later, go back to first, and it gets me around the corner. So as I come down to this left-hander, because I'm in first, it's slowing me down, slowing me down. I get to about a quarter to a third of the way through here, and I short shift. I didn't on this one, but I short shift, and you can accelerate it out harder, and it'll drift you across to that Falcon wall, but it gets you more grip and more speed out of the corner. So coming down here, you've got more of a chance of getting in the slipstream and overtaking someone before this next corner down here. So I'll just speed it up again. So coming down the back straight here, pretty self-explanatory. Coming all the way back down Conrad, I'm pretty sure it's called. Sorry, I don't know all of the names of the corners and the straights. So come down here under the Fuso Bridge. You want to stick over to the left here. So as you can see, coming over the left, there's a grass. It goes grass, 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 and then it goes to the concrete. So you can nick that grass a little bit. Come over as far to the left as you can, because you want to come over here, just as you're coming through this little right-hander here. Don't hit this curb here, as it will probably shoot you left, or it'll unstable the car, and you're doing 290 k's. So yeah, it tends to get a little bit hairy sometimes if you haven't done it a lot. But coming down here, yeah, just stick that curb, and just here you can see at the 150, that's where I brake. So I'll just speed her up a little bit. Come down here, as straight as you can. As you can see on the steering wheel there, 150, hit the fifth, fourth, and you want to be all the way back to second by the time you hit this 50, and once again braking in a straight line. So you can kind of see here, I come back to second. As I start turning in, I start letting off the brake, because I know that, okay, that's the speed that's going to get me through the corner. So let your foot off all the way off there, hit your apex, and start accelerating as you hit your apex there. You can drift across all the way to the right here if you want. I haven't really found a problem with it. I try to stay a bit to the left just to straighten it out. Start accelerating there as you click up to third, pretty hard as well. You can sort of control the oversteer out of that corner. It's not too bad. You'll just hit the ripple strip there. Nothing too major. Nothing to poop your pants about. So come down here, and now you come down to the last corner. So you want to make this a doozer so that you run onto the straight, no one can slipstream you. So to get the most speed out of here, I brake at the 100 there. So I'm in fourth. Hit the 100, go back to third, back to second when I hit by the time I hit the 50 here. Braking in a straight line once again. Foot off the brake, look for your apex. You've got the most speed you can carry through the corner without getting an oversteer. As you hit your apex there, accelerate out as hard as you can without oversteer and without wheel spin. And that's a full lap of Bathurst, guys. I hope this way of doing the video has helped a little bit more. If it hasn't, let me know. If it has, let me know. Or just bag out on me in the race. But as usual, guys, I hope it's helped, and I'll see you in the race. Cheers, guys.